Hey there, my name is Pravus. Welcome back to more Surviving Mars, Below and Beyond, playing at maximum difficulty. We have colonists on Mars in our first dome. And we have had our first birth. I'm hoping we're going to see several more in the near future. Now that said, I am a little bit concerned about our ability to produce a good amount of food. We may actually want to turn off a couple of these shifts around the diner and stuff and not have anyone work at night and instead allow people to go work on the farm. To try to maximize our optimal harvest, the more stockpile of food we can get, the sooner I can get off of this wheat and start going for something like soybeans, which would allow me to get a little bit of a soil quality increase, and the higher the quality of soil, the more likely I'm going to get better optimal yields, and therefore the less people I need working on the farm to sustain my population. So that's kind of what I'm going for right now. We'll see if that ends up working at all. I kind of like this skin just a smidge better. We're going to go ahead and try that out. I am trying to build out some ramps and expand more into the map, and I am fairly confident, by the way, that we have in fact bugged the game. Fairly confident that the game is indeed bugged, because I have not seen a single Dust Devil for a good long while, actually. And Dust Devils are usually the bane of the existence of your rovers as they move around on the planet, because, well, they can knock them out, and if you don't have range with an RC commander, well, guess what? You're just out of luck, and you just lost your RCs. That's usually a really, really bad thing. But the fact that I'm not seeing any makes you wonder if we can afford to just leave our RC Explorer out here just kind of wandering around or something. So we're going to try to build up the ramps over here, access the rest of the map, because I know that there's usually a ton of anomalies on this area and in this area. In the meantime, let's just start scanning this area up, and we'll see if we can find anything. And if there are no Dust Devils, well, then yeah, I'm not going to bother bringing my RC Explorer home. It's just not going to matter. It's not going to matter at all. All right, let's go ahead and speed some stuff up. We are getting a few things out of the way. I would like to build up a second microdome at some point soon, with the goal of being able to turn on this rare metals extractor and have people go and work there, get me some money reliably from Earth so that I can, you know, buy some more stuff, specifically machine parts and polymers are coming to mind. Nowhere near there quite yet, though. We did find our first breakthrough. It is zero space computing, which will be good someday, very good someday, but right now is, well, basically useless to me. I don't think we have any additional planetary breakthroughs for that we can use. I mean, if I wanted to send 8 colonists into space, we could find out what techs are there, but, like, no. What we care about are finding breakthroughs. Breakthroughs will literally make or break this game. If I do not find a new breakthrough soon, and there's usually one over here and over here, I think, on this map nowadays, if I don't find a breakthrough, and it's not a good breakthrough, then I think we're pretty much just sunk, and we might as well just go ahead and start over. And I'm not even kidding. I don't want to be a bad sport. It's not that. It's just that I'm not wasting my time. I know for a fact that if I don't get the right kinds of anomalies going, we're not going to make it. We need something like the extractors that don't require people to work. We need something like service bots so we can reduce the number of jobs in places like the grocers. We need things like Forever Young so that seniors aren't going to become a drag on our society, right? These are the kinds of things we know we're gonna need, and if I don't get them, there's just no way I can win. So be prepared for some of that action. What are we researching right now? Oh, right, low-G hydrosynthesis, so I can make a polymer factory in the future if I need it. If we had more population, you know, and we were able to actually get some of our own polymers, I absolutely would consider placing down something like an art workshop, which would let me get up to 80 comfort and start getting a heck of a lot more population growth. That said, right now we're sitting at about 68 comfort. It's not fantastic. It's actually dropping by a lot all of a sudden. Holy crud. Because people are not meeting certain needs. Okay. Well, I mean, we've got a small fountain here. What exactly is the problem? Oh, good lord. Fine. Tell you what, we're going to place down a playground. I do not want our child not having their playing need being met. If it is not, they are more likely to develop some sort of a nasty negative quirk. So we might as well just go ahead and get the playground up and running, and kids will be able to go and use this as a service, since right now the fountain doesn't exactly do that anyway. All right, we're going to have a fair bit of food, about 14 coming out this time. That's good, because I am now currently out of food, at least as far as storage. Right, we have right now is stored up in the grocer and the diner, which is good, but yeah, okay. Let's go to a food depot, by the way. We should always have one nearby the farm, just so we have some place to put it. Ideally, we don't leave things here in the Universal Depot at all, because then we just don't have food nearby. I'd like to keep it as close to the workshops as is possible. We're fueling up our rocket here. I have nothing to do with it, but if a new planetary breakthrough comes through, then, you know, that'd be great. maybe a little while. Also trying really hard to work on this ramp. I think there's a breakthrough somewhere down here as well. I think it's usually on this side. This side of the map, seriously, is covered in technology and anomalies. It really is. The only reason I picked this site is for the two vistas keeping my comfort at a reasonable level. When life gives you lemons, oh boy, do I have a lot of lemons. Building a new home in an alien world, that takes guts to say the least. All right, so somebody became an enthusiast. That's the spirit. Enthusiasts, I think, just when their morale is high, gives them extra performance, which is pretty good. Don't get me wrong, it is pretty good, but morale is not exactly great right now. So, meh. I don't see that being outstanding. Yeah, social and shopping, the fact that we turned off the grocer is actually seriously hitting my comfort rating. Right now it's like 69, which is pretty good. You might even say that it's nice. But like, at the end of the day, it's going to drop off a lot more as people find out they aren't getting their needs being met. Oh well, I just want to get enough backup food. In fact, right now we just finished a crop yield, so we've got a bit of extra food to work with. Tell you what, we'll pull back on one of you and assign you to... What are people concerned about? Social and shopping? Yeah, let's assign you back to the grocer. All right, we'll just balance that out a little bit more, try to keep that morale nice and high. We did get another birth, so we have 2 children now. I am actually officially capped out of my living complex. That means we need to build out another microdome and go ahead and get these guys connected sooner rather than later, so that we will have more housing space for some of these folks. Which, the only problem with that, of course, is it does require more life support. We're talking more water, more oxygen, more power, you know, all these things. Which is good, except I don't have the best water production. We could fix that somewhat. If I were willing to go and do a supply pod back at Earth, buy out another moisture vaporator, or 2 even, that would solve a lot of problems as far as water in the future. And it's arguably better than having to worry about these water extractors, which, you know, is currently being shut down. We need to get some maintenance over here now, so, yeah, we might as well go ahead and do that now. Yeah, I mean, if this thing isn't being maintained all the time and is costing me a lot of machine parts, having lots of extra moisture vaporators is technically going to be better. There's no doubt about it. But it's also very expensive to do that from Earth, and I might need some emergency polymers or machine parts. We can see that happening, right? Tell me you didn't see... Oh, look, a dust devil! Okay, I take it back. The game's not bugged. There is a single dust devil. We found a single dust devil. All right. Well then, tell you what, go recharge yourself. I need to get my battery up and running. And I'm going to manually have you go fix that RC commander and get it back up and running. Okay, good to know that these are still a thing. It would have been kind of unfun if I could just have easy mode on this game by default. Right? Because everything's broken. That would suck. Why are we doing this, by the way? We don't even need... I want to come here later, but we don't need to scan this right now. I know there's usually an anomaly in one of these areas. Usually one over here or something, too. But there's no point in scanning these until I scan some more stuff over here, because this is what I have accessible, and until I build more ramps, like, what are we going to do? So let's pay attention to this, make sure that this dust devil doesn't circle back around. It looks like it did, in fact, stop. Good. Now, just because this is out of range of the drone hub doesn't mean you can't use your drones. It just means that you really want to make sure that you have plenty of battery in order to work on it. All right, so we have a dome with no life support. That's fine. It's just not connected to anything yet. Let's go ahead and bring back this RC commander, and we'll go ahead and get this repaired so we can get my water production back up and running. I will need to rename this in a bit, but we'll worry about that in a minute. Let's go ahead and first take down this small fountain. We're going to need some more parks or decoration for people in a little bit. For now, just get rid of this sucker. That gets taken out. Then we go to the domes and build up a passage. And that passage, we could do something like this. Can I do this? This is what I want to do. Caught on something. All right, fine. It'll have to be like this then. That's fine. Cool. So we'll build this sucker up. That's going to take a little bit of concrete, but not that bad. The good news is it also does connect the 2 domes in terms of life support, so I don't even think we need to build any more pipes and stuff like that. This will just work straight up. I'll turn you off for the moment. And let's pay attention, by the way, to our housing situation, because we could easily have another birth and find ourselves with no place for our people. And then that'll make everyone unhappy. We're going to have comfort issues and morale issues and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, you just got to be wary about all that. All right, so can we get back up over here? I'm very worried about these now. I wasn't before, but now I am. Let's see, we got some more metals and stuff that we can bring back. We should go ahead and do that. RC Explorer just sort of hanging out over here. I see a Dust Devil. I'm a little bit apprehensive about said Dust Devil. Oh, boy. It feels like it's trying to block me. It feels like it's trying to... Oh, God. It's watching me move. He's like, there we go. All right, back over here. That'll be fine. All right, we're going to be fine. How's our food right now? Food is surprisingly doing okay. We're doing fine on the food situation. That's great. So I could pull back people even further, but our morale, comfort's looking okay. This should be all set. We may need some more power in order to get this all going. So let's go ahead and start working on a couple of extra solar panels. Pretty sure we're going to need those. Turn you off for the moment. Actually, cancel you. What's the radius? Yeah, we don't want to dust this thing up too much. Hold the phone. Solar panels can be placed where? Not a lot of safe places for my solar panels, believe it or not. Okay, how about one over here and here, I guess. Just a couple more solar panels because I think we're going to need them. I am a little bit worried about how many things we have operating at night, draining power, and accidentally shutting off my domes, so we'll have to be wary of that. I think we'll be okay on oxygen, and I think right now we are more than fine on our water situation. So, let's go ahead and work on some new decorations because people have unmet needs right now. This will give me some relaxation, exercise, and playing and stuff. I don't think anything has particularly great comfort rating. It's always going to be something like 40. So it's not going to be outstanding regardless. Don't get too excited. We could set up some more houses. Sure, a school would be nice, but I don't think I can afford that yet. Don't need a security station. We could place down an amphitheater, and that would meet a lot of needs, but we don't need luxury at this stage of the game, so I'm going to say no to that. These take jobs, so I can't justify that. A gym would be nice, but that would cost me a lot of polymers, and I don't think I can justify that. So we're just kind of in a weird situation where I can only do so much right now. We'll go ahead and build out another living complex over here, because I just want to have the spare housing available if we do have another birth before we have negative impacts.
Research complete.
Logi hydrosynthesis is done. Rocket space, nice, if only I had a lot to ship, which at the moment I do not. So that does not do me a lot of good. We're working on the magnetic filtering just so I don't have to build a second Moxie, and we can also make some more progress down the biotech. At some point, we'll be able to get some upgrades as far as new crop yields, new types, which would help a lot. My question is, dare we go for the soybeans now? It would take 5 souls and get 40 food, which is good, don't get me wrong. But 5 souls. Do we think we have enough stockpiled food for that? I wish I knew exactly how much food we seem to be consuming on a daily basis. It says 3 per soul. We have 19 stored, so I've got 19 plus 16. So we've got 35 food. This should be fine. It is now time to swap over to soybeans and start slowly building up that soil quality and pray that I am not wrong on this. Because that would feel real bad, man. Feel real bad. Are we out of rocks over here? Is that the problem? Yep, that's exactly the problem. We don't have enough rocks to continue this. I need to find some more rocks. Excuse me. Can we clear any rocks out? Who's got rocks? You got rocks? Rocks. Let's move you in range of the waste we've already got, and then we can flatten, let's say, this area, which would get me another 28. Yeah, all right, whatever. This is what the drones are here for. Just go ahead and get whatever you can. Work on those ramps, dang it. Where's my scanning, and why is my scanning so slow and terrible? I'm surprised we haven't scanned more, to be honest, but all right. We're floating right now on things like polymers and machine parts. We've got enough to survive for at least a few more souls. At least a few more. That's kind of it. I can go ahead and turn this on, I suppose. What does that do to my life support? Surprisingly, is not that bad, at least yet. Okay. This is acceptable to me. I need to find a name for this dome. Give me 1 minute. Natasha Lewepke, thank you very much for your support. You get a dome. You get a dome, and you get a dome. I feel like Oprah.
Sector scan.
I wish I feel like Oprah. Hey, polymers. Ooh, finding polymers on the map, very big deal. Down over here, we just scanned this, right? Yes. All right, hang on. I need all this. Bring them back. Finding 14 polymers on the map is huge. That is going to save me so much trouble later on. I'm a big fan of that arrangement. Right now, as far as power is concerned, we have too much. I'm going to go ahead and turn this back off. We're not draining much of anything in the Lewepke Dome yet. I can feel that Mars quake happening down there, by the way. Don't think I don't notice that. I definitely notice that. Anyway, still no sign of anomalies, though, which I'm moderately shocked about. Good lord. They're not making it easy on me, are they? I'm not kidding when I say that I need good breakthroughs. If I cannot find good breakthroughs, we actually are doomed. That is just, this is known. It is a fact. We have to have some good breakthroughs. And that's honestly probably one of the most frustrating things about playing on maximum difficulty for most people. It's the fact that you need, one, very lucky rolls as far as your citizens, because you only have one, rocket with the last arc. And if you get bad people, well then guess what? You're just doomed, and you never have enough birth rate, and it's going to take you several hours to realize that you're doomed. And then, breakthroughs being so required, I mean, you need at least one or two top tiers in order to survive. And I would say, well, don't worry about it too much. All you have to do is just reload the game. Except I'm pretty sure which breakthroughs you're going to get are hard-coded into the map, so you'd have to restart the entire map, I think. I might be wrong on that point. I could very well be wrong on that point. But I hope that I'm not. I hope that I'm not misleading anybody. So, yeah, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I've done test games on this, and I've been like, hey, we just got a little breakthrough anomaly over here. Okay, let's go ahead and research it, and we'll save the game and reload it before we finish the breakthrough and see if it has something different every time. And it didn't. It did not have anything different. So you could do it like 3 or 4 times. Either I was phenomenally unlucky, or that just proves that, sure enough, it is locked into the particular map. So yeah, you might be doomed, and it will take you several hours to find out if you are, in fact, doomed. That's not fun for some people. It's not necessarily fun for me either. I'm taking the risk for YouTube views. That's what I'm doing. And thank you, by the way, for supporting the series. Much appreciated. But yeah, you get the idea. It's tough. It's a tough game for that reason. But once you do get things going, if you can get the early game up and running and you're all right, boom. This game's fun. This game can be challenging, but you can get through it. In space, no one can hear you whine. Somebody became a whiner. Yay! These things do happen on occasion. A little frustrating, but all right. We found anomalies. Good. All right, so we finally found something. Let's go ahead and move you guys back over here. Back at it again. Well, it's going to be flatten. How about something way over here? I don't care. Out of bounds? No. Funny thing is, you can place a flatten tool, like, really far away, out of range of stuff. Like, I could do this, for example, and it seems like drones should never be able to reach here. As long as they're within the radius of your RC commander, they can do it. I'll give you a little bit more waste rock. Sure, why not? Go ahead and place over here. So what do we find as far as anomalies? We found a couple over here, actually. Okay. This is going to just do nothing for me, actually. This will just start letting me know that I can go to the underground and semi-explore down there, which I might even be considering doing if it weren't for the fact that we have extreme tectonic platings causing huge issues. By the way, that's another birth. Let's keep in mind that within like 6 souls, we've had 3 births. That's not too bad. That's okay. That is workable. I am good with that. By the way, we're making very good progress on our soybeans. We have enough food currently stored up. We're fine on food. If we can keep building up these soybeans and getting that soil quality up, soy quality? I mean, not, it's both. It's soil quality and it's soy quality, but you get the idea. Get that soil quality up and running. We'll have consistent food, which means it can pull at least a couple people off of this and start working some other jobs. Magnetic filtering is done. What else do we get? Okay, yeah, actually, Vaporator's getting an upgrade is pretty huge. And since I just found some polymers, I could see this being useful. That does mean that I'm going to wish I had more moisture Vaporators. We also just discovered... Huh? Oh, this was another breakthrough tech. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought that was the other anomaly type with the magnifying glass that would just unlock new text down this tree. Okay, we got designed forestation. Newly grown forests have a chance to spawn vistas and research sites. How useful do you think that's going to be? The answer is not at all. This is a very late game terraforming thing where at that point you should not need extra vistas or research sites, so that is a dud. Great. No, okay. I got a bad feeling here, guys. I got what we call the bad feels. That somehow I'm gonna be pretty much doomed on these breakthroughs. I might just try anyway. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't have to give up. I can just keep trying. But like, I got a bad feeling. So far, 2 whiffs. Nothing useful. There's like 5 or 6 that would be pretty early, useful in the early game. None of those are it. None of those are even remotely it. One's mid game. One's end game. Well, if that does, in fact, work against me, then my only hope, and oh, we have 2 unemployed people? They're seeking jobs. Wait, what? Do they reach adulthood? Oh, they're youth now. Oh, yes. Okay, hang on. We'll take care of that, take care of the social need there, and we'll have 1 extra person work over here for now. We'll start getting some extra jobs. I'm now absolutely 100% counting on the comfort rating saving me in this run if we don't get better breakthroughs. 2 or 3 is kind of all you can expect in the very early game. There's the underground, by the way. No, we are not sending the RC Explorer down there. So, yeah, that's your only hope, is 2 or 3 breakthroughs. And, again, I think these are locked to this particular map type, and it means that this run may have been doomed from the start. Either that, or there's 1 or 2 more breakthroughs we can find on the map somewhere, and one of those 4 will end up saving my bacon. It can happen still, but I don't feel good about it. I don't feel like my odds are very high all of a sudden. Excess waste rock, we can get another 46 by doing this. Go forth! Seriously, I don't need a lot more. This should be enough to go ahead and finish up this ramp, and then I'll be able to access all of this. Why is this? No. I didn't mean to click that by accident. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. I was thinking there might be an anomaly over here. There's usually a breakthrough somewhere in this area. Did we finish this ramp? We did. Hello. Let's go for more exploration in this area, I think. There's just usually so many anomalies in this area, and it's the one that's immediately accessible right now. I feel like my scanning speed really needs to go up a bit. I'm quite worried about our electronic situation. The good news is we don't need much per soul. We're only using a drone hub, but that is certainly a thing. The rare metals extractor will be a big deal for me at some point. I have a couple of extra workers. These kids have already grown up to become working youth. So the question now is, do I go ahead and start working it? If we could have a few more births, I'd say, yeah. If we don't, I'm feeling maybe nah. Do we want to get that art store? It consumes so many polymers. That's the problem. No, I can't justify it. I just can't justify it. I'm just trying to think, how do we get more birth rate? How do we get more? How is Babby done? You know the point. What's the meme? How is Babby made or born? My brain tripped up on it because it wasn't sure which one it was. You get the point, though. Lordy. All right. Well. Almost done over here. Running low on food, they say. That's not actually true. We've got another 20 stored up. We should be fine. We're consuming 2 to 3 per soul. We're mostly done with the farm. Once we're done with the soybeans, I think I go ahead and just start doing this. Now, this is being constructed. It's done. I'm going to turn you off for a minute. The only problem with the rare metals extractor is it does take a fair bit in maintenance. Fair bit. We do need to get some power, of course. That'll be important. So let's go ahead and get that situated. 1 shift working this with 2 people is kind of all I can afford at the moment. Once I'm done with this, or maybe if I pull off 3. That'll generate a few rare metals per soul, which will be some semi-consistent funding. I think it'll be enough funding to continue buying the machine parts I need to keep this running, but that's kind of it. Maybe a few electronics here and there. It's not a bounty, is what I'm trying to say. It's not exactly a bounty of wealth, but it's something. Another anomaly up over here. All right, no idea what that one's going to do for us. Did we get the polymers over there? We did. What else is close by? There's some more metals. Any more polymers? No. I think we'll just go ahead and grab the safe metals then and bring those back. We're doing great on metals, by the way. Like, metals are looking good. Very good so far in this game. Which is not surprising. All it takes is good, consistent scanning and 1 RC transport, and you'll be set for the early to mid-game. It's once you start running out of everything on the surface, you need to start panicking, because you'll find that you're suddenly very metal hungry. And if you didn't have a dome set and ready to go, oh boy, you're gonna be in for a lot of fun, ain't you? Yeah, you are. All right. Let's wait for this to be done. Anomaly analyzed, what do we get? Reduce the cost of physics tech. All right. And that's pretty good. That's basically free science. Basically, for all intents and purposes. Makes everything down here a bit cheaper. I'm good with that. Hygroscopic vaporators, we are still working down. We're still scanning a bit more up over here. Did we finish with this ramp? We did. That means we now pull you all the way down over here. And we'll start working on the final ramp over here. And that'll open up these areas, and I know that there is, at the very least, a fair bit of free science hanging out down over there. So I know I want to get that. That is a given. Hey, I'm a little bit concerned by the fact that we haven't had much in the way of natural disasters. Have you noticed that? I mean, very few dust devils. We've had meteor storms, but that's it. No dust storms, no cold waves. I don't know. Is it possible that we got ourselves a bug? I mean, I feel like the last time I played this on maximum difficulty, we were getting hit pretty darn hard by that early on. You know, we had our cold waves super early. Either the game was giving me a bit more of a grace period than I thought it did, or something ain't working. And the fact that there's, like, no dust devils, and I mean none, on the map right now on a maximum difficulty run, it just makes me wonder. It just makes me wonder. Now, I'll have to report that, of course, to Paradox and Hamimon Games and everyone else who's making it and let them know, but I'm not going to let them know right now. Good Lord. This is working in my favor, for God's sake. I ain't letting them know. You kidding me? We need to go maintain this. Crap. Get back over here and fix it real quick, please. Hey, a Dust Devil! Okay, so they exist. The Dust Devils exist. That's good to know. We have a water problem, which isn't really surprising to me. I do think we need to buy a couple of moisture vaporators, and we might as well do it now because the price has gone up. So let's do it now before it gets worse. And we may want to consider buying some electronics and machine parts before it gets worse. But I kind of am loath to lose this funding in the event that it's really important we get this. The price of rare metals is only 24 million each. Yeah. I do hate that this thing is off, and it still is going to be using up maintenance. All right, we're about to finish with this. Let's pull off our folks here. Let's go ahead and allow people to work over here. Get your jobs. Turn this on.
Sector scan.
New anomaly. Okay, this is the one that I thought I had before. Discover new techs. Got it. Go work on that sucker. We need to get our water figured out. Otherwise, we're going to be running out. Of course, we have the moisture vaporators on the way. I want to keep them close to the heater if possible. Low water. Yes, admittedly, that is a bit of a problem, isn't it? So there's our food harvest, and all of a sudden, we've got a lot of food to work with. Plus, soil quality has gone up to a whopping 60. So I think I can leave these 3 just doing soybeans from here on out, and hopefully I've got enough food to survive this. So we have 2 people that are going to be working here in the rare metals extractor. One is a workaholic. You, unfortunately, are not, but nonetheless, workaholic is great. New anomaly, we have smart home and utility crops. Okay. So this is the extra crop type I was talking about to get extra soil quality a bit faster. We could do 1 round of cover crops, and that would solve the problem there. Smart home is fun if you have a lot of electronics. Do I have a lot of electronics? Absolutely not. So that's a useless tech to me. Let's go ahead and place down this pod landing. Go ahead and grab you. Wish we could see some new anomalies around the planet. You know, anything that's along the lines of, oh, I don't know, free breakthroughs. That would be great. Yep, that would be fan-flippin-tastic if anyone could possibly make that work for me. So, where are you? You... Oh, crud. We haven't got any more machine parts. Dang it. Hang on. Grab a couple machine parts. 5 is a bit more than I meant, but all right. Go ahead and unload these quick. We are going to have a water crisis in a minute if I do not get this figured out ASAP. Okay, that's good enough. 3 will be fine for now. Go ahead and unload this back over here. All right, so we are getting some rare metals. 1.8 per soul. Which will translate into something like 45 million dollars per soul once I sell everything. Which is not a lot. It will take me a very long time before I get a meaningful amount of money. But oh well. Tis what tis. You just gotta work with it. Hi, meteors. Good lord. Map, stop moving me over here, please. Thank you. All right. Did we find any more polymers? Because I thought I saw a couple over here. What is this? There are polymers over here. Hey. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab that real quick. Hi, polymers. Where you came from, I don't know, but we're gonna go ahead and do that. I haven't even scanned that area yet. How did I find that? I have no clue. Courage has layers. Someone is now a coward. Great. Courage has layers. Onions have layers. Ogres have layers. You get it. They all have layers. Hygroscopic coating. All right, our moisture vaporators will have extra value using polymers. That's fantastic. I'm going to want this, but there's no point in getting it yet. Utility crops I can go ahead and start working on just for some better options for food. If we could get cover crops going, I mean, hey, then we don't even have to worry about soybeans. We can just do this, get that soil quality up to maximum, and then just start alternating between potatoes and soybeans, and that gets you the optimal yield. It's a good way to go if you can do it. So how are we doing on water? We are slowly increasing. It's not great. USA is about to research a breakthrough. You know, I guess I could do that. I just don't see any reason to waste the science on it. It doesn't accomplish anything for me. We can get some free science over here, though. So let's go ahead and work on that next. If we could get enough pops that I feel comfortable getting a research lab, I would happily do it. Happily. But we are not at that point. I did get another child, and also one of my youth grew up into an adult. I'm watching the middle-aged over here with severe trepidation. Severe trepidation, because that could end up becoming a big issue. Once these guys start becoming seniors, if I don't get something like the Forever Young breakthrough, well, then we're just doomed. Can we flatten this area out, maybe? Because I'd like to have more building area around the vistas and stuff later. I'd also like to know where my cold patches went. I know they're supposed to be here. There's usually one right here and one right here. I know there is. Where'd they freaking go? It's confusing, dude. I don't know. Everything about this is just not quite working out the way that I want it to. We're getting very unlucky on some things. Between our colonists, we got kind of okay perks. We've been very unlucky on breakthroughs. But at the same time, the game is being kind to me and giving me effectively no natural disasters, which is the entire opposite of the point of this. So, like, I don't know if I should be counting my blessings or if I should be raging and restarting. It's one of the two. You guys can probably tell me which it is. Are we drawing more power over here and stuff now? I mean, is this battery going to be okay? I think we still make it throughout the day all right. Yes, we do. And now you'll charge back up to full. We're fine on that front. So this area is now getting flattened out. That's going to give me a lot more space to work with. I like that idea. I always used to underestimate the value of terraforming some of this. Like, I just never bothered in the early game. But if your drones have nothing else to do, like, why not? Why not just go ahead and start terraforming the crud out of the planet? It's great. Gives you so much more to work with. Especially around these vistas. Or around any research sites. I don't care. Any of the above. So let's see. We finished up a lot of this. Excess waste rock. We're currently leveling up the ramp. Oh, we're done. Hey! Good timing me! All right, so we now have full access to every area of the map. I mean, we already did with this ramp being done, but this ramp just makes it easier. So the RC commander needs to come home before it gets hit by some rare dust devil, if they exist anymore. We've seen one. Just one. Weird, dude. Weird. This is no longer a high priority. These are the priority. In fact, explorers, get over here. Go work on these. Do it. They're available, they're accessible, it's free science, and we'll finish up with utility crops. And then actually, once utility crops is done, which should be done in just a few hours, I'll go ahead and swap this over to cover crops, and we should have plenty of excess food to keep us going. More anomalies found. Oh, 2 over here. Hang on, turn around, go over here. Is this another underground anomaly? I think it is. Well, go ahead and do those real quick, then get over here. Doink, doink. All right? Cool. Utility crops is done. What do we get next? Farms increase comfort. Yes. That will make everyone happier and increase my birth rate. And considering most of my population lives over here right now, that would be a very consistent comfort rating. It would get me closer to 81. That's huge. I think it gives you 10. Or is it 5? Whatever. At the very least, it increases like the minimum threshold of comfort, regardless of which service they take on. The point is, it means more babbies. Speaking of babbies, we got another birth. Good. As long as I see that we are getting enough replacement value or more, I'll feel good about our situation. Not there yet, but we're getting close. Also, someone else grew up. Okay, so now we're making 2.3 rare metals per soul. We're getting some. It's pushing it, but we're getting there. All right, I need to end this video here. I don't know what's going on with the natural disasters, guys. I swear I don't, but we'll see what ends up happening with it. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If so, I would ask you hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.